Hi, folks, and welcome back to the Cannamentor program. Tonight, whenever you're watching this, we're introducing the world to Raul Molina, who is one of my favorite Cannamentors and one of my favorite people in the Arizona industry. As a matter of fact, you don't know this, Raul, but we were just talking about business strategies earlier today, and I was telling the ladies that you were one of the individuals that they should reach out to when they decide to leave MITA and go off and join the real world.
I got jobs, girls. Come hit me up.
All right. But let's introduce the world to you and let them know that they're accessible. Raul, tell us about how you got involved in the industry and a little bit about what the Mint is.
So Mint Dispensary, we become an MSO over the last basically year. We started here in Phoenix. We opened up in 2017. We won our licenses in the 2016 allotment. We opened up our first store in Tempe, which was in 2017 in October. And then we opened up in February of 2018 in Mesa. Currently, we do have 3 different locations here in Arizona. Our third location is on Cave Creek and Bell Road. We also participate in Massachusetts, Michigan, Missouri, and Illinois. We were lucky enough to just get a license in Illinois in the last month. So we were successful in that application process. So that's a little bit about Mint. We have plans to continue to build a footprint. And then at the moment, we're probably at about 30% capacity, looking to activate all our assets across the nation. So it's been a real cool project, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Well, that's great. Raul, I've known you since 2016. I know you have a deep history in Arizona. You've been involved in the community prior to cannabis, different social activities and charitable activities. Tell us a little bit about how the Mint is working in social equity and why this particular theme is important to you. And first, we'll talk about licensing and the application process, but then we'll talk about professional career development. Because what we're finding through all of our activities in MITA is that because of the limited number of licenses, a lot of individuals are learning and then saying, oh, I'm just going to go get a job, which is cool too. And we appreciate you helping with that process as well. But let's talk a little bit about the licensing and then professional development.
So I think that social equity is going to be key here in Arizona. We have participated in other states in social equity. I'm going to say every state's a little bit different. I don't mind as much that the way that Arizona did it. Obviously, I could find improvements in any of the states that we've participated in. I guess the biggest thing I can say about social equity in Arizona is that I feel it is needed. I think it could be a little bit broader. Is the way that they're setting it up, but they didn't ask me.
But they asked me, but I said nothing.
There you go. But I think it's something where if you do qualify, you need to find yourself a very good partner. Who you partner up with is going to be very important. Ask them questions, find out what kind of a trajectory they have in their application process, where they've applied, where they failed, where they've done well. We've applied in 2 states that have a social equity, and we won in both of those states. But I could also tell you about a couple of other states that we applied on that didn't have social equity, and we didn't get anything there. So we do believe we have a strong application team. I think a couple of the boys that work for us. But one thing that we've always done is we've always made sure we have the right people around us. We're smart enough to know that we don't have all the answers, and that expert advice is very key, especially when you're playing at this level. The best thing I can tell social equity applicants is do your homework. MITA is a great place to start. But as soon as you start catching certain things that catch your attention, look those things up. Go do some more research on your own. Follow the rabbit holes. One thing I love telling people, in every article that you read, you're going to see a couple of little, usually they're blue highlighted sections where you can click on that and it sends you to another article. Usually something similar or related to what you're reading about. So it kind of leads one into the other. But as soon as after you click a couple of those, you'll be finding out and understanding stuff that you never thought you wanted to know, stuff that you didn't think you needed to know. And then all of a sudden you're catching on that, none of us know as much as we'd like to know. And the more we understand the process, the better off we're going to be in it. So I think that's one of the biggest things. Educate yourself about the partners that are out there and available. What are they offering? What is their structure? Our structure is more of an MSO that never plans to go public, where, there's a lot of others that might be a single one-off, or maybe have never applied kind of scenario. So in order for you to be able to take advantage of social equity the way it's meant to be, you need to get to the finish line. So I guess picking your partner is probably one of the biggest things that you're gonna need to pay attention to.
And it's cool, and I encourage people that, even if they can't, don't want to license, your team that you developed over there is very representative of the Arizona community, and you dig deep into your community. And I know you have a long history in Arizona to make sure people have opportunities. Tell us a little bit about Raul and your team and where you guys come from, because I know you're like an old school guy.
I've been in Arizona since 1991, so I consider it my home state at this point. I'm a little bit politically inclined, just enough to get me in trouble. But dealing with all these people going out into the communities, finding out different needs in different communities. When you do well, and I've done well for myself, and thank you to anybody and everybody who's ever helped me get to where I'm at. It's always nice to give back. It's a good feeling. We have been doing charity for probably the last 20 years. So it's nothing new, and it's nothing that we started once we got into cannabis and decided that we needed to start doing more to look good. No, I think we've looked, good enough or well for quite a while. Um, Charity and helping out the community is something that kind of, comes out of you and it's instilled in you. Obviously, it's definitely something that can be learned. And if you want to come by, I'd be more than happy to tell anybody what we do, how we do it, and who we help and how we help. But we've been here forever, and this is our community. We don't only want to service it, we also want to help it improve.
Now, aren't you kind of from the West Valley as well? I know you have
72nd Avenue in McDowell. I was there for probably about 16 years before I moved out. I went to I lived out in the Biltmore area for a minute. Thought that's what I wanted. That passed very quickly, and I ended up moving back to the west side, and now I'm in Peoria. I'm over by the stadium. My mom's there, my sister's there, my whole family's out there. I'm from the west side, so it's my people. I'm a Latino. I'm Hispanic. I was born in Mexico, so I'm an immigrant. I have done very well in the industry. It's treated me very well. I haven't had many setbacks, or my ethnicity hasn't hindered me in any way to be able to do what I do in this industry. I think if you're successful, a lot of people will overlook any of your ethnicity or anything that might be going on with you, even more serious problems that have nothing to do with ethnicity. But I, I I would like to see a lot more people of color in the industry. That's for sure. A lot of the vendors that we have brought on into the dispensary, the few that I've been involved in, because we have people who do that, I have been either female or of color. And we try to give anybody who's trying to come into the industry and has their own brand a chance to sell on our shelf.
That's
Um,
really cool.
yeah, and getting into men is it's not easy, and it's not because we're trying to keep people out. We want to keep a certain level of professionalism, and we want to make sure that the vendors are also at that level, so that our clients and patients have an experience that's the same every time, and that's going to be good for their whatever ails them, or if they're just consuming for recreational purposes, that they're getting good product and they're getting good packaging, and everything is explained right, and they have their testing available, and everything's being done proper. It just works a lot better. But
That-
yeah, if anybody out there who does have a product, and you're either female, or I have three daughters and I have no boys, so I'm very big on the female thing. And then on top of that, if you're a person of color, you're more than welcome to come talk to me. Most of the time I send them over to our buyers, but I will definitely have a conversation and figure out where you're at.
How many employees do you have now?
Wow. So we just broke 300 on our last pay period. We're at 301.
Wow.
The average salary is over $42,000, so we
Yeah.
pay well. The average PSR, my nephew, I'll just use him as an example. I got a nephew that works for us at the Bell Road store. He makes $15 an hour, but he's going to clip $57,000 this year because of tips.
Nice.
So
Well, Raul, you are so transparent, and just having 5, 10 minutes of your time, I'm learning things. And I know we've sat and talked together at some different at your car show, which is pretty cool. And just standing there listening, you just say, "Look, what do you want to talk about? Let's share information. Let's talk. Let's learn." And that's what the social equity applicants during this licensing process, and even to the future, they need. They need to, hey, how can I meet with you? How can I come see to one of your events and chat with you for a couple of minutes? So The most important thing is, how do they reach you? What's the best way to get in touch with you? Email, phone? What's the best way?
You froze up there a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that me? Am I frozen? I think you're frozen, Raul. Sorry. Give it a couple
I
seconds.
can't
Raul,
hear
you
you,
still there?
Dimitri.
Are you still there, Raul? We'll see how that editing all works out. But Raul, email. How do they get people get in touch with you, or would you rather have them call your cell phone?
Let me give you my email. Send me any email that anybody wants for basically any reason that you have at rmolina21 at Yahoo. Yeah, I'm still use Yahoo. So
Right.
rmolina21 at Yahoo. And if I can give you some time, I'd be more than happy to. If you have any questions of any type, I'd be more than happy to answer them. I am very transparent. One thing I will tell everybody, this is a hard business to be in. If you are in it, my respects to you. I put in 70 to 80 hours every week. And one of the reasons I don't mind being transparent is that anybody who goes out and tries this is going to have to grind that hard every week. So be prepared to work. But the rewards are incredible. I wouldn't trade this project for anything else.
Raul, thank you for becoming a Cannamentor. Please, folks, reach out to Raul. He's a great guy to talk to, filled with information, very accessible, very much an Arizona guy. And my favorite thing about this industry, Raul, is the transparency and helping bring things out to the light. As an ex-prosecutor enforcing prohibition, it's like an entire reversal of my reality. So it inspires me, and it inspires me to help others. And yourself and the other Cannamentors, I thank you again for your participation in this program. And folks, reach out to Raul and shop at the Mint.
Yep, for sure. Guys, we will be having our own social equity program, so definitely reach out. I can explain to you what we're doing, how we're doing it, and I can explain to you why we would be the right partner.
All right, let's see who this reaches. And Raul, by the way, if you have anybody else, and you have that seed to sale expertise, that 1, 2, 3 is ABCs of how it works on the ground. If you have anybody else that you want us to put on at the Cannamentor program, we would love to feature them as well. We want people to have access points to organizations and to information. We don't want consultants and lawyers.
Right. Nope. We have plenty of those already.
Yes.
I can get you probably Rudy and Pablo. Rudy is our brand manager, so he can tell everybody about how to get your brand on the shelves and all that. And Rudy is our Arizona regional director, so he runs everything Arizona, and he can tell you everything about everything.
Whoever you'd like. The more access points people have to your organization, the better.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.